G'day folks, it's Adam Thomas here and we're at the Maton Showcase event at the Tamworth Country Music Festival. I'm here with Mark Lizotte, who's actually just rocked the house at the Maton Showcase here. And mate, does this mean that you're country now?
I think you can't play blues, soul, rock and roll, anything without being too far from country. They're all neighbours to each other. So yeah, I mean, I've always loved things like Hank Williams and George Jones and more, I guess, recent artists, Gillian Welch, Lucinda Williams, big Dwight Yoakam fan. And, country music is a fountain of just great guitar playing. So for someone like me, it's not a no-brainer to want to go there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for anyone who wasn't familiar with your music before, a brand new crowd out there of country music fans that just fall in love with you. So tell us a little bit about what you've been doing over the last year or so.
Well, I did a last year and a half, I guess. I put out 2 records in a very short time. The blues record I did with my family, my brothers and my dad came in and played saxes and horns. It's called Project Blues, and I guess because it was a blues record, it was a quick record to make. Being that we just did it live in the studio, so yeah, we went back in not too long after that and did an album of just me pigging out on all my guitar favorites, like Hendrix and Neil Young and stuff like that. All kinds of eclectic and some instrumentals. So yeah, it's been a year of making these a year and a half of making these real, enjoyable, fast records. So it's good, A bit of a contrast to some other records that I've made in my career, which have been, quite long. Some of them, nothing too long, but records can get quite involved and stuff. And I really love just going in and doing a record as like it was a live performance. And
you had a lot of fun touring with that one?
Yeah, no, they're just fun records to tour, blues records and records where you're playing Hendrix songs and, you can't go too wrong. So yeah, we and all that stuff mixes in really well with my records that are people wanting, will lynch me if I don't play. They all sort of one big happy family, so something, like Love Jug, for instance, next to a Hendrix song is not that far, so it's related. I wouldn't have written anything like that if I hadn't been influenced by, Sly and the Family Stone and Hendrix, I guess, probably 2 of the big ones.
So what's on the cards for the next 12 months?
Well, I've been working a lot on, which has kind of landed on my plate sort of very unexpectedly, but an old friend who's a writer has written 3 of these episodes of this TV series called Brothers in Arms, which has just started to show on TV, and it's going to be incredible sort of story of what happened in the early 80s with bikers in Australia, and gives me a great opportunity to do lots of really guitar-driven music, write these pieces and stuff. So it's been very challenging because even if it's only 30 seconds long or a minute long piece of music, you still have to kind of make the whole pie. Even if you end up using one slice of it, you still have to conceptualize the whole thing. And it's just like writing a song or writing an album, I guess, when it comes down to it, is doing an episode. So it's but it's a lot of fun, and especially having the visuals to work with. It's almost like all the videos that I've made where sometimes the video just, you go, oh well, I don't know what happened to that one, but hey, sometimes you get lucky and the video really marries well with the music, and sometimes you just go, well, just move on. Videos can be kind of weird. I've had some ones that I've been really happy with, but doing the music to the visuals like that, you can really kind of marry it up, and I think because it's not my visuals, I'm a lot more comfortable with marrying music to it as well. I've always found the video as an artist is kind of awkward.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds exciting. So when's that due out?
Around Easter time, this year. So it's the best writing and the best casting I've seen in an Australian production. It's really good. Yeah.
Now you're a man with a lot of guitars, and you've been associated with Maton for a long time.
Yeah. When I started doing a lot of solo acoustic work, that was when it really started to kind of come into my life, the minis, and I was able to have a lot of different tunings and stuff without having all these bulky guitars, and it really made things easy for me. And the minis, I get a lot of comments, like, why do you use a small guitar, why is it small, and blah blah blah. It's just a 3/4 size. It's nothing new. That there's been a lot of guitars over the course of time that have been the 3/4 sizes. 3/4 size in just about every instrument actually. Cello, I grew up with a 3/4 size cello before I got a full size one, so I'm no stranger to that concept, you know. And they just work really well for plugging in, you know, because you know, let's face it, you don't need all that body when you're going to make it electric anyway. You plug it in through a PA, you don't need the big body, you know, it just kind of feeds back. And a lot of people end up putting the rubber sort of, you know, feedback busters in the sound hole, which really shuts them down. Yep. Kind of getting quite techie now, but in essence, they just project really well. And I noticed that very early on, and I think it was even a bit of a shock to Mark, you know, Maton. He didn't really expect it to be used on stage. I think at the beginning it was more of a travel, kind of having your house recording guitar, but not like a stage guitar, and it just kind of exploded, you know. And yeah, they're just great because they feel a lot more like an electric too to me, you know, because of the weight and their size.
And as a result, we've got your own guitar that gets manufactured and sold all across the world.
It's like, that was just kind of I never expected that, and it's kind of nice that, you know, I mean, not that not having an electric is not a nice thing too, but I just feel really proud that something that's kind of unique and it's got my name on it. It's something that I really helped to develop, and it's not just an electric guitar that, oh yeah, I'll put my name on that, you know. It is, that guitar is like, you know, it's part of me. It really is, you know. It's a big part of what I do. And whenever I have to just take two guitars or something, it's always that one and, you know, an electric maybe, or sometimes just two acoustics like I did tonight.
Well, Mark, thanks very much for having a chat to me. As I say, folks, absolutely rocked the house at the Maton Showcase event at the Tamworth Country Music Festival. Mark Lizotte, over and out.